now appearing currently right now in downtown Northwest Arkansas town of Rogers. That's right, the very first episode of the Etc. Show with Paul Pease. Woo, fucking woo! It's the April Fool's Holiday Express, ladies and gentlemen. I happen to be here on an abandoned caboose. That's right, one of the little fun attractions here in the town, right? An abandoned caboose. What are you gonna do, right? Well, like I said, this is Paul Pease here, and obviously if you're watching this, you've been waiting with bated breath for the very first episode, the very first full episode of the Etc. Show with Paul Pease. Now, I gotta let you know about some things here, okay? I did a little bit of research not too long ago, and I found out that there is a Etc. show on radio. 3 women out of Burlington, Vermont. Well, that's fantastic. I don't care. This is a video show by a psychotic individual formerly in the Chicago area, for the moment transplanted down here to the Northwest Arkansas booms. JP, of course, running the camera for me while I'm doing this. I want to talk to you also while we're in this air here. You know, it's windy a little bit out here. It's nice, fresh country air. Or is it? Just found out this afternoon from the Arkansas State Environmental Protection Agency that there is, quote, safe doses of radiation in the air we're breathing right now down here. And you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute, you know, sure, if you're near a factory or, you know, anywhere like that, guess what, ladies and gents? We have determined that the source of the air, at least that we're breathing right down here, is from the Japanese nuclear plant leak from the earthquake from several weeks ago. I'm wondering when it was going to do it. Surprise, surprise, I'm breathing it right now. So let's see, I wonder how many days of this that I gotta sniff and whiff until I end up glowing better than an X-ray machine. Now, next point of view, I got a little soapbox I want to perch on for a minute or two, if you'll forgive me. I had several people, ever since I put down the last 2 previews, and if you haven't seen the 2 previews of the Etc. Show, I suggest when you get done watching this broadcast to take a look at the rest of the stuff that I happen to have on my Psycho DJ67 channel. That's PSYKO DJ67 channel. Of course, right here on YouTube. One of the questions that I happen to have, okay, is that one of my viewers was insulted last week, I guess, during my webcam broadcast, that I went off and I mentioned about Hicks being in Northwest Arkansas, and she took offense to the word hick. Well, I'm going to tell you something. We're all Hicks, one way or another, right? At least I'd like to think that. We're not always smart in everything that we always talk about, and sometimes we do some pretty stupid shit. I ought to know. This is one piece of evidence right now doing this show. Just some people might be stupid shit, but you know what? I like to air things out, and I like to do it in an open forum because this is America. Thank God for the moment. It's still America. And you know what? If you guys can, you know, you want to talk and speak your mind, I say start your own channel too. There's nothing wrong with that as well. I also had another viewer that actually viewed the broadcast, one of the previews last week, and she came up to me and she said, Etc. Show? What's that about? What's all that about? And I'm like, self-explanatory. It's about anything, everything, and nothing. That's what the hell this show is about. And you know what? As long as we're all having fun and I can keep you informed, that's what counts. So, let's change topics for a second, because I want to stop bitching right now. We had ourselves a famous birthday just a couple days ago. One of the big rock guitar gods themselves, Eric Clapton, that's right. One of the king of blues guitars, at least for the white boys, to say the least. Came out from the Yardbirds, went to Cream, went and did, you know, Derek and the Dominoes, you know, and a bunch of other solo stuff. You know what? We wish him well, and of course continued years of life and success. My only thing that I ask is this: he's trying to get back into the blues vein. I know he is. You know, as we all know from famous musicians and their recordings, some beautiful songs come out of tragic events. Of course, Tears of Heaven, one of his more somber ones, of course, occurred because of the death of his, very young son. Well, when something like that hits you in the heart, you're going to speak straight from it. You know what? All I'm saying is this. I'm glad he's going back into the blues vein. I hope he continues to do more blues rock with feeling. Whatever's in his heart, that's what's important. To go from that to, just heard a little earlier today that it looks like Libya may be crumbling. And what I mean by that, of course, all the way across the world, is that Gaddafi is quaking in his boots. I know he's talking the talk, but he's not necessarily walking the walk. And you know what? I don't really appreciate that, that the United States has to seem to always get involved in wars. But guess what? When it's against an oppressed people like that, or Iraq, or any of the other ones, I personally say more for it as long as there's freedom worldwide. That's what the goal is. So we're kind of hoping that maybe down the line that Libya will end up being liberated pretty soon. And from what I'm also hearing, the nations of Jordan, the nations of Syria, the nations of Yemen are all starting to their, what do you want to call it, dictatorships are falling like dominoes. And in a way, that's good. The price of freedom is worth the cost. I always shout out to the United States veterans. That's right, current soldiers and the veterans, because you know what, without you guys we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do this broadcast, and we wouldn't be able to breathe this lovely irradiated air that we happen to have right now. Also, we're going to go off and shift a point here. Just past yesterday, if I remember correctly, Jonathan's bill here in Arkansas. Now you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is, out of Arkansas, what's Jonathan's bill? Well, Jonathan's bill was a bill that was signed and passed by Governor Beebe in Arkansas, where soccer goal posts have to be officially chained and secured so they can't fall down. In other words, it was a safety issue because Jonathan died. He was one of 36 kids in the last 30 years to die in a soccer goal post tipping. Well, you know what? I'm glad for the law getting it to pass, but no offense, did it really have to take a law like this to pass? It's called common sense, ladies and gentlemen. At least most of us adults, and we hope some of the children out there, happen to have internal common sense. That's either it was born with them or the parents or teachers helped assisted with the common sense. We should, no offense, shouldn't have to have a bill to pass to be able to make sense of a soccer goal being secured so it doesn't fall over a kid and kills him. We have pretty much been, how should I say this, dumbing down America, and it's pretty sad. I will tell you a little true story, for example. I mean, look at that person from McDonald's, right? Sued McDonald's for a cup of hot coffee going and getting their loins and basically burning their pee-pee off. You know what I'm saying? And they sue McDonald's. Well, no offense, it's hot coffee. You should know what the hell to do with hot coffee if you've got it from a drive-thru. Here's another one. I'm not lying about this now. I was looking at a brand of crayons that I shouldn't mention, but it said on the side of the box, please don't eat the crayons. Only use for art purposes. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I guess I could see that, if you're 3, 4, or 5, but I saw a 16-year-old eating a Morph crayon. 16! There's other things better to eat than crayons. He reminds me of the kid from The Simpsons who keep eating the glue. In the words of Tardy Turtle from the Greg the Bunny Show, these crayons taste like purple. That's right, dumbass kids. Here's something today. Literally today, we got ourselves, not only is it April Fool's Day, but it's the 100th anniversary of YouTube. That's right. 100 years ago in 1911, YouTube started. I'm telling you, it's pretty cool. Go on to YouTube, obviously, the main section, when you get done seeing my show, to see the top 5 viral events of 1911. I'll tell you one that you're going to see. It's kind of amusing. Teddy Roosevelt, back then, went off and had an enactment of charging up San Juan Hill with his Rough Riders, which of course are like 20, 30 years older, and he was picking a wedgie out of his ass. True story, and he almost accidentally stabbed his horse. Oh, he wished that could be censored at this point. So to go from a little bit of that hilarity there to another thing I found out today, in Arizona, Okay, I love Arizona. I do. You know, it's full of spring training baseball, and relatives of mine. But they also happen to be full of lawmakers that are kind of, what should I say, stepping on other people's toes. It appears to be that the U.S. Border Patrol has gone off and told certain border town sheriffs, don't arrest or stop the illegal immigrants that are coming over the border into the United States. How dumbass is that? Okay? You want to solve this problem, this isn't the way to solve the problem. Write your congressman, you know what, write Obama, write somebody, and let's get this cracking, okay? We don't mind immigrants getting legal. I love them. I'm from German-Polish stock. We all came from somewhere except for the Indians. They were here first. Let's see here. What else? Let's see. About an hour ago, I found out that there was a little crisis going on in New York recently at the Bronx Zoo. Maybe you heard about this. There was a cobra that accidentally got let loose out of the reptile house. Right? Big 8-foot cobra, from what I'm told. Couldn't find him for a week. And then they finally found him this afternoon. Took him a week. Ladies and gentlemen, we could have had this problem solved in about 15 minutes. 3 words. Indian snake charmers. That's right. You go hire a couple Indian snake charmers and go. He pops out in 10 damn minutes. Ridiculous. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I feel kind of sad. I do. This has just been, like I said, a week of fun and birthdays but yet tragedies, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, take a pan up on this for a little bit for 2 seconds. I think most of you people know who this is out here. This is a memorial doll of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Why am I saying the memorial doll of Pillsbury Doughboy? Because unfortunately he died this week at the age of 71. Died of a severe yeast infection and unfortunately intestinal damage due to too many pokes in the stomach. He leaves behind a family. His wife Play-Doh, his son John Doe, and his daughter Jane Doe, and there was one in the oven. Service is at 3:50 for 20 minutes. And on that note, I just want to let you guys know that I know I'm silly. This is the first show, but I'm enjoying it right here on the caboose. Woo woo! And I'd like to thank the people that have watched this broadcast so far. I have 4 YouTube subscribers. Yeah, so I'm getting into minor celebrity. 4 subscribers, and I want to thank the 4 subscribers so far. Here's my goal, ladies and gentlemen. Go, like I said, onto my Psycho PSYKO DJ 67 YouTube channel. And I will tell you this. When we get to 100 subscribers, okay, and tell all your friends, seriously, I mean, what are they going to lose? Just 10 minutes of their life, maybe 15 of their minutes of their life, looking at stupid shit like this. But you know what? It's fun. So when we get to 100 subscribers, I will go off and do something, I don't know, nutty, okay? Something really obnoxious, short of death and jail, okay? Also, I'm going to throw you a question in the wheel. This is what we'll finish off with. Last week went to Northwest Arkansas Mall, and they had a celebrity, Peyton Hillis. If you don't know who that is, he's a former Arkansas Razorback who also plays for the Cleveland Browns in the NFL now. He was charging $50 for an autograph. $50, okay? That's just for an autograph. Pictures and everything else are extra unless you brought the stuff. Now, I know a lot of you people out there may be autograph collectors, and maybe you're used to that, okay? I'm not. So here's my question, and I'd like you to leave it in the comments below. What celebrity, living or dead, would you pay $50 to have their autograph? That's the question. I will see you April 15th for episode 2 of the Etc. Show with Paul Pease. Everybody take care. God bless. Woo woo! April Fools!